Today we're going to be looking at classical poetry in the Romantic era, which was from 1790 to 1837. By the Romantic era, we don't mean romantic love the way we use the term today. Instead, we're looking at people who rejected the previous models of the past and began to write more about imagination, emotion, and nature. They were influenced by the movements of the time, including the French Revolution, and were far more unique than the poets that had come before them. Romantic poetry was generally quite an optimistic form of poetry that had a look at what the individual poet was wanting to express. They generally were interested in emotions and passion far more than logic, and wanted to write their poetry using everyday language that people could understand about everyday topics. There were a number of main poets of the Romantic era. Two of these were William Blake and William Wordsworth. Another two of the Romantic era poets were Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who was most famous for his poem Kubla Khan, and Lord Byron, who's one of the first people to write romantically about rebels and outlaws. Another two poets from the Romantic era was Percy Shelley, who was also a social reformer, and John Keats, who wrote a number of vivid and intense poems, and many of them being about nature.